Hi, boys and girls. We are going to continue our learning about plants this week. One of the videos I'm going to have you watch is a fun little song reminding us on those needs of plants. What we're going to do today is we're going to be making just a little picture reminding ourselves about those needs. In the next few weeks, we're going to be learning a lot more about plants, plant parts, what all of those parts do. We're going to do a little planting, so it's going to be really fun. So the first thing we have to remember is what plants need in order to survive. In the video, there were 5 things that plants need, if you remember. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 4. One of them is space. Plants do need space, and it's an important need, but we're not going to include that on our picture for today. So all you're going to need for our lesson today is some crayons, a pencil, and a plain piece of white paper. Okay, so once you have all those supplies ready, we can begin. So you're going to take your plain white piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to fold it in half the long way, so our hot dog roll way, okay, or a sub roll. Okay, so you're going to take it and fold it in half. Okay, once you have a nice, great fold, we're going to unfold it. Oh, I forgot to tell you about one supply. We need a pair of scissors. I'm sorry. Scissors. So once you have your pair of scissors ready and your paper is folded in half, we're going to cut right on the fold. So we're going to cut our piece of paper right in half. There we go. We shouldn't have any scraps. So now you have your 2 halves. Take one of your halves and put it away. And you can use it for another project. So we only need 1 half. Okay. Take your piece of paper. We're going to fold it in half once. And then fold it in half again. And I bet you can tell when we unfold our piece of paper, we're going to have, you guessed it, 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, grab one of your crayons, any crayon you want. Okay, I'm going to put this on. Okay, I just taped it to a whiteboard so it'll be easier for Mrs. DiTomaso to work. So grab one of your crayons. I'm going to use my black, and we're just going to trace over those fold marks, okay? Because we want to separate our paper. Remember, we talked about how we're going to be writing down our 4 out of the 5 plant needs. Now, we can remember that plants need space by thinking about, well, we're spacing out our other 4 needs. That can be one way to remember. So when we do any kind of planting, we just want to make sure we don't put the seeds all on top of each other, because then they won't have the space to grow, okay? But these other 4 needs, I think, are pretty important as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 needs, okay? So if you remember from what we've learned before, or from watching the song to remind yourself, one of the needs that our plants need in order to survive is, of course, sunlight. So grab your yellow, and let's make a nice big sunshine. Color it in. Okay, I'm going to put some sun rays because that is important for our plant. Okay. You can grab your pencil. Now Mrs. DiTomaso is going to grab, let's see if I can find it. I'm going to use a black marker just so that you can see a little easier when we're labeling, but I think you can probably remember how to spell sun. S-U-N. Plants need sun. Okay. Now, if you are growing something in the house to start, you always have to make sure that it's still getting some of that sunlight. So you have to put it somewhere it can get the sun, maybe near the window. Okay. All right. So there's our first plant need. Next, we're going to do water. So grab your blue. Okay. And I'm going to make a little rain cloud. Just going to lightly shade it in. And I'm going to make some raindrops. Now again, if our garden is outside, okay, nature will do what it needs to do and rain will just fall from the sky. But if we have our plant inside, well, then we're going to have to make sure we're making the rain. So we're sprinkling it with water. Okay, so the second need will be water. Usually comes in the form of rain, but if it's inside, we'll be the ones to provide the water. So first two. Okay, our third need on the way. Let's see. It's going to be soil. Okay, so you can draw it at the bottom here if you want to make it like the dirt. You can just kind of draw. Just going to draw kind of like a big old pile of dirt. That's where our soil will be. Color it in there with our brown. Okay, and then again, let's get our handy dandy, our black, excuse me, I'm going to use my black marker again. Grab your pencil and let's label soil. Okay, one more plant need to go. Okay, and this is one that it's a little bit tricky to draw. It's air. So I'm going to use my gray. And I'm just going to kind of draw like some wavy lines. Kind of like, almost like showing the wind traveling around. Okay, I know it's hard to see with my gray. If you don't have a gray, you could use your pencil, you could use a black as well. Okay, and we'll write the word air. Plants need air to grow. Okay, they need that air to help make food for the plant. Okay, so those are 4 out of our 5 needs, and we spaced our needs out to remind ourselves about them. Okay, one more step I want you to do. Take your pencil back, and if you have space at the top or if you have space at the bottom, let's label our chart. This is a chart of plant needs. Okay, so up at the top, we're going to label it plant, capital P-L-A-N-T, needs, capital N-E-E-D-S. So we just made a chart of our plant needs. Okay. When we meet later on this week, we're going to talk a lot about these plant needs, and we're going to make sure if we do any planting that our plants get these needs so that they can survive. Okay, boys and girls, if you are able to, take a picture of your work, send it to me. I'd love to see how you did. See you later.